So, we're at the world's largest money innovation conference, so it's worthwhile talking about money a little bit up top. And the biggest theme that's going on in the conference is the globalization of money. What's driving those changes? We're as citizens, we're becoming more global. We have more friends and family that are abroad. We travel more globally and internationally, and of course we're doing more and more business internationally. And when we think of innovation, I know fintech is a buzzword now, but there's always been a lot of innovation around money as a technology. Way back to everything from the creation of a check, to the ATM, to plastic cards, to chip and pin, to e-commerce, to NFC, to internet wallets, wallets on your phone, wallets on your watch. The list goes on and on. But all of these sit on top of the central bank stacks and national currencies and national settlement systems. And it's become very apparent, especially the themes at this conference, that payment systems, currencies, and settlement systems around the world are simply just not unified. And, one thing that we want to talk about really quickly is about gold. What is gold? I could probably ask 5 different people in the room here what is gold, and I'd probably get 5 different answers. Is it an investment? Is it a commodity? Is it a shiny object? Is it an insurance policy? There's only one way to really think about gold. Gold is money without borders. Full stop. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, it's outlived. Obviously, it's been around longer than anyone in this room. It's been around longer than any technology that's being taught at this event, and will surely outlive everything at this event as well. But in terms of, when you look at the physics and the mathematics of gold, it has always been one of the most efficient store of values and one of the most stable unit of accounts. Gold is, when you look at it as a currency, gold is the world's best performing currency by a wide margin. But using gold as money hasn't been practical for centuries. And so we've seen over the last couple of years, more innovations around money and this notion of cryptocurrencies. Last year, the year before that, it was all about Bitcoin. This year, you're hearing more about other ones like Ethereum and XPR. And interesting experiments in money, interesting technologies, and it still remains to see how they play out. They're still very, very tiny, and there's a lot of issues around regulation and everything else around them. The entire market cap of all those currencies is about $10 billion. So obviously there's a ton of fluctuation and volatility that exists in those that still don't make them very practical for business use in many ways. But here at the conference, we're all trying to innovate around cash and money. And that entire market cap, or the entire value of physical cash, is about $7 trillion. Gold, at the same time, is also worth about $7 trillion. It's one of the most liquid instruments in the world, more than $70 billion bought and sold every day by governments, large treasury departments, but the accessibility by individuals as a global currency hasn't been there for a long time. And it actually shocks me. I don't come from a gold background, I come from a payments and technology background. And it's fascinated me to see that there's no banking or payment apps related to gold until now. So if this is your first time experiencing or understanding what BitGold is about, we are a modern technology that provides simplicity to be able to buy and sell and spend gold. BitGold's technology returns gold to its place as the best way to save and spend your money anywhere in gold. It is a global platform that has both savings and payments capability. We think both of those components are critical for global commerce to work a lot more efficiently. So it's a digital ledger system that enables a network that allows secure digital purchases, safe and fair value exchange, and real-time settlement. So it solves a lot of the problems that exist in commerce today. What's important to realize with BitGold, you are not outside the regulatory system. You do move outside the central banking system to a platform that is a gold global debit network that becomes a lot more efficient way to be able to exchange value around the world. And when we look at this business, about this time last year, we've had 0 customers, 0 deposits on the platform. There was about a dozen employees and a website looking to launch this platform. Very quickly, this has become one of the fastest growing fintech companies globally. We're quickly approaching 1 million users within our first year, spread very diversely across the world, popularity in Europe here, North America, Latin America, Asia, and the activity on the platform continues to accelerate month over month. And we have seen, obviously, a lot of popularity and understanding. There's a lot of iteration and a lot of interesting things that are going on in fintech, but every once in a while a company comes along that kind of changes the bar in terms of level of innovation and how to do things a lot more holistically for an industry. When we think of cross-border payments, there's a lot of challenges, and it's funny when you look under the hood and how it actually, a transaction goes from point A to point B across borders, it's kind of fascinating to see how many parties are involved, and no wonder compliance and regulatory issues are a concern. There's so many parties involved. You've got one bank dealing with another bank, dealing with another counterparty who's dealing with another payment system to clear things across two different systems just to get money from point A to point B. So lack of transparency, lack of tracking capabilities, and obviously a lot of plugged-in costs associated with that. At a merchant level, it doesn't matter where you go in the world, processing credit cards are usually about 2 to 3%. And if you're doing a cross-border transaction, the buyer may be paying 2 to 3% in converting funds, and of course the seller might be if they want to settle back to their currency. So what we are launching today is the next phase of the BitGold business. We are launching and announcing today the BitGold business accounts and merchant processing using gold. So we are essentially using gold as a new real-time settlement system to allow global transactions to happen across a number of different payment suites. How it works simply is as a consumer, you can use any of your funding sources, a debit card, a credit card, a bank account, in any currency you want. What you do is you buy gold, you buy it within 1% of spot price, you send the value of that gold to a merchant. The merchant receives the gold, and they can sell the gold back to any currency of their choice for 1%. So for a merchant, though, there's a couple different benefits here. Many merchants around the world would actually prefer to earn and keep their earnings in gold as a very stable currency, to be able to turn around and pay other suppliers, to not expose themselves to currency volatility from accepting different payments around the world. Some people are just looking for a much more cost-effective way to be able to transact globally. Buyer has X currency, seller wants Y currency. Each party pays 1% using gold as a real-time cross-border payment settlement system, and you can facilitate a transaction way more cost-effectively and way more efficiently than using any conventional payment system. With that, we're launching a number of tools right out of the gate. So very powerful invoicing platform, got full customer management, inventory management, payroll solutions related to that. Very simple global pricing process. You pay 1% to process any invoice that gets paid. You receive that gold instantly in your account, and you can settle it back to your currency in real time. Beyond just invoicing, and invoicing is great for B2B and labor around the world, e-commerce as well, we are launching BitGold Pay. BitGold Pay is a system that is a very seamless way to be able to transact with any customer globally. They don't have to add their credentials, their financial information with the merchant. They simply do a one-click, log into their BitGold account, transfer the value of gold that's the equivalent of the purchase that they're making on an e-commerce site. The merchant receives the gold immediately, and they can settle that back to their currency immediately as well. So a very seamless inline experience that allows a very turnkey way to accept payments from anyone globally. So it's a very fast global system, very easy to set up, and there's a flexible cash-out options for any merchant around the world. The third part of that as we roll this out is we're very, very serious about making gold as a currency available for anyone who wants to transact online. So we will be enabling APIs through various different shopping cart integrations, e-commerce platforms, various wallets, payout systems, payrolls, global donation platforms, other invoicing platforms as well, and of course cloud-based point-of-sale systems. So we're very excited about this. I know it's early days in our system, but we are very encouraged at the excitement on BitGold as a platform for individuals to be able to save and protect themselves and use it as a savings account. We've seen an increased velocity of people using it as a mechanism to transfer funds around the world. And we've had a huge demand from our existing base already saying, when can I start accepting gold as a form of payment to optimize both my cost of goods sold and being able to transact a lot more cost effectively around the world. So this is launching as of now. You can go to bitgold.com/business, get more details there, sign up for an account, and start looking at the initial tools on the platform. If you want more information, want to get a demo on how these tools are working, feel free to come by our booth. Or as I mentioned, we've got a town hall tonight, and we're going to be going through some more in-depth stories on how the whole platform works. So thank you, and looking forward to chatting with anyone here.